Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decode, the place where we decode the latest executive shakeups and compensation packages because sometimes the most interesting stories are hidden in plain sight. Today we're diving into the Timken company's latest filing, a report that tells us about a pretty big change at the very top. This isn't just about who's in charge, but also what that means for the company's future and its finances. We're looking at a Form 8K, which is like a special bulletin for big news that isn't part of the regular reporting schedule. Think of it as an urgent update from the company to all of us keeping an eye on its moves. The Timken company, and now many might know for its bearings and related products, is making a significant leadership transition. This filing details the appointment of a new Chief Executive Officer or CEO, and it comes with quite a compensation package. The news broke on August 22, 2025, and it's all about Lucien Baldier stepping into the CEO role. He's set to officially take the reins on September 1, 2025. Lucien Baldier is coming over from Honeywell International, where he was leading their industrial automation segment. Before that, he had experience in performance materials and technologies, and in the chemical industry with Eastman Chemical Company. He's 54 years old and brings a wealth of experience from these large, complex organizations. This change also means that Richard G. Kyle, who has been serving as the interim CEO, will be stepping down from that position. He's not leaving the company entirely though. He'll stay on as an advisor to the new CEO, Mr. Baldier, until November 14, 2025 to ensure a smooth handover. This transition period is important for continuity. Now, let's talk about what Mr. Baldier will be earning. His base salary is set at a cool $1,100,000 per year. That's a solid foundation for his compensation. On top of that, he'll be eligible for the company's annual bonus program for top executives. The target here is pretty generous, 125% of his base salary. This means if the company hits its performance goals, he could earn an extra $1,375,000. This bonus is based on how well the company performs. And for this year, 2025, it sounds like he'll be treated as if he worked the whole year, even though he's starting in September. Looking further ahead, starting in 2026, he'll get long-term incentives, which are usually in the form of stock. For his first year, the target value of these stock grants is at least $6,037,500. These are designed to reward him for the company's performance over several years. But that's not all. To bring him on board, the Timken company is also giving him some significant sign-on bonuses. This includes a cash payment of $1,500,000. That's a nice welcome gift. He's also receiving restricted stock units, or RSUs, valued at approximately $6,037,500. These RSUs have a split vesting schedule. 60% of them will vest based on how the company performs between 2025 and 2027. The other 40% will vest over time, meaning he'll receive a portion of them each year over the next 4 years, as long as he's still with the company. And then there's what they're calling a special grant of RSUs, valued at $7 million. These are time-based, meaning they'll vest over 3 years in chunks of about 33% to 34% each year. Again, contingent on his continued employment. These large grants are typically used to attract top talent and incentivize them to stay with the company for the long haul. Beyond his executive role, Mr. Baldier will also be joining the board of directors. The board size is actually being increased to accommodate him, growing from 12 to 13 members. He'll be a director starting on his appointment date. However, he won't get any extra pay for this board role while he's also CEO. Directors who are also full-time employees often don't receive separate compensation for their board service. The company is also putting a severance agreement in place for Mr. Baldier. This agreement outlines what he'll receive if his employment is terminated. Generally, if he's let go without a good reason, or if he resigns for a good reason, he could get a payout. If this happens before a change in control of the company, he would get 2 times his base salary and incentive pay. If it happens within 2 years after a change in control, the payout increases to 3 times his base salary and incentive pay. This double or triple triggers are pretty standard in CEO agreements to provide a financial cushion in case of unexpected departures, especially related to mergers or acquisitions. As for Mr. Kyle, he'll continue to be the main executive officer until the Timken company files its quarterly report for September 30, 2025. After that, Mr. Baldier will fully take over. Importantly, Mr. Kyle is expected to remain on the board as a director after his advisory period ends in November and will then start receiving compensation as a non-employee director. which is typical for board members who aren't full-time executives. This report, like all filings, is signed off by authorized personnel. In this case, Hansel N. Patel, who holds the titles of Executive Vice President, General Counsel and Secretary, signed this on behalf of the Timken Company on August 27, 2025. So what does this all mean for the Timken Company? We're seeing a significant investment in new leadership. The compensation package for Mr. Boldea is substantial, reflecting both his experience and the company's desire to secure a top executive. This level of compensation, including the large stock grants and sign-on bonuses, signals confidence from the board that Mr. Boldea is the right person to lead the company forward. It also creates a strong incentive for him to drive long-term value. The transition from an interim CEO to a permanent one is a crucial step. Mr. Kyle's continued role as an advisor is a good sign that the company values his insights during this handover. The increase in the board size also suggests a commitment to strong governance and potentially new perspectives. Looking at the overall strategy implied here, the Timken Company is clearly prioritizing growth and stability with this executive hire. The focus on long-term equity incentives aligns Mr. Boldea's success directly with the shareholders' interests. This is generally a positive indicator, as it means the CEO's compensation is tied to the company's sustained performance rather than just short-term gains. However, with such substantial incentive packages, there's also a heightened expectation for performance. The market will be watching to see if Mr. Boldea can deliver on the promise of these investments. The severance agreement also highlights the risks associated with executive transitions. Companies prepare for various scenarios, including potential changes in control that could lead to leadership changes. In conclusion, the Timken Company is making a bold move by bringing in a new CEO with a significant compensation package designed for long-term success. The focus on performance-based incentives and a structured leadership transition suggests a strategic approach to future growth. The key will be Mr. Boldea's ability to execute his vision and drive the company's performance in a competitive market. What are your thoughts on this CEO transition and the compensation plan? Do you think this is a smart move for the Timken Company? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insights into the world of business and finance. We also have a fantastic community on Discord, so check out the link in the description to join the conversation. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.